Okay, Dane suggested this topic for me, so we've got a new topic that we're going to be, or a new segment we're going to do from time to time. It's called "I'm Still Not Over It," and this week, what are we still not over, Dane?
White boy summer, yo.
So, do you want to, before we get started, do you want to explain to everyone what White Boy Summer is? Technically, it never happened.
This is the greatest honor that has been bestowed to me.
You're welcome.
Out of several honors I've had in this company. Okay. So White Boy Summer, what I think is particularly interesting about it is that it's like the first moment of levity that we got in culture that was not woke. That it was like the first moment of levity that wasn't woke, that didn't get immediately like, this is why White Boy Summer is the most toxic thing that's killing 600 Somalians per hour.
Yes.
You know? Because like any opinion that you have that's like outside the norm will immediately get like branded as like violence. But this is so cartoonish in every aspect. So allow me to paint a picture. Chet Hanks. Guys, do you guys know who Chet Hanks
Yes,
is?
he is the youngest.
Question, is it Hanks or Hanks with an X?
See, to Chet, it is Hanks with an X. To the public at large, it is Hanks with a KS. He is the youngest son, I believe, of Tom Hanks.
I think he has a younger brother. I think he is the middle of his sons.
I think I read in the article he's got two siblings that are older than him.
He has two older, and then he has a younger brother.
Okay, so he's on the younger side of
He is the first son of Rita and Tom Hanks.
Yeah. So, and what he says in the article is that basically they talk about how when his first two children were born, he had to he was still struggling to be known, to get his name out there as an actor. Tom Hanks was. So those kids understood the struggle and the middle class, his middle class lifestyle, or as he was finding his way. But Chet was the first one who was born into the wealth that Hanks then accumulated, being in everything
post A-list celebrity status.
Yes, so
he's like trans Jamaican.
That was blowing my mind. Like, why was he faking that accent?
He's like,
so explain to everyone so basically what it was is he gave you rules, and what he was doing is he was copying Megan Thee Stallion with Hot Girl Summer from 2019.
Right.
And my favorite piece of it was them talking about how he appropriated the culture from them by trying to make White Boy Summer, and he gave you very specific rules that you had to follow.
He was curating the vibe. That's what he was doing.
That's all it was.
Correct.
And it was in a harmless way. It was like, we're going to wear this. We're going to stop calling women smoke show.
Yeah, he's very against Sperry topsiders. He's very against.
Good for him.
He's very against calling women smoke shows, and he says no wearing the color salmon.
Yes.
And
so he is against signifiers of preppy style.
Yes.
And he himself really likes to act like he is from the ghetto, right?
From Jamaica.
He wears like
I can't comment on that,
in
but
particular.
he's really into his
No,
you
he-
gotta trust me on this one.
He has in the music video for White Boy Summer, he has the Jamaican flag draped around him, and he uses the accent.
What a guy, man.
I'm saying, this is so great. It's so like frivolously pop culture. It should have been celebrated and not denigrated.
It's only wins.
It's ridiculous.
With White Boy Summer. And like 2021, I don't know what happened. A haze in my mind, at least. I don't know what you guys made of that year, but 2022 slightly better. Slightly. And guys, can't we just have a nice moment, right? Let's have a White Boy Summer. Let's just have it.
Have you heard him do interviews about what White Boy Summer is?
It's incredible. I mean,
He said, it's me.
He said, it's me. Someone was like, what is it? And he was like, it's white guys appreciating black girl magic. And then someone was like, what is black girl magic? Describe it to me in your body language. And he just like collapses into his chair. Like, I think this is this weird thing where it's kind of funny, but also like,
it is what you make of it.
Who is this character, Chet Hanks? Like,
and it's really the fact that
he's a genius from a marketing perspective.
The fact that he's Tom Hanks' son makes it funnier. Like if it doesn't work if he isn't Tom Hanks' son, or if Tom Hanks wasn't the dude from the Green Mile and Bridge of Spies.
Yeah, he like openly admits, he's like, yeah, I benefit from being it. Like, it's weird, but like nothing I do would be as appreciated if I wasn't Tom Hanks' son.
Because Tom Hanks has another son that's like a serious actor, you know?
Yeah, and no one cares.
But and this guy who rules.
Yeah,
right?
like he just and I just I'm here for it. Like I was like
He's just
when
unabashedly himself.
yeah, he
See,
did,
I like
it.
go back and
which
forth.
I love. That's literally I say like
He has a shtick.
I feel like he has a stick, but he's so like, I don't know. He's like,
we've got a white boy summer naysayer here.
No, Hannah.
Why are you hating on White Boy
The thing-
Summer?
Hannah, have a white boy summer
first up,
with
my
us,
name is
please.
Claire. Stop shortening my name. The
Sorry.
second, no, it's okay. The thing is that like, I just feel like he's one of these kids who was like, I'm from a like boring, wealthy family, and I'm gonna like wear flat rim hats and pretend like I am like deep, and I'm gonna take up rapping and like.
It's hilarious.
No, it's just so
I don't think deep is what you get
stupid.
from this.
Jaden Smith is an example of a nepotism baby trying to be deep. This guy isn't trying to be deep.
The
He's just
opposite
having
of
He's
deep.
fun.
trying to be
He's being crazy.
See, I feel like he's trying to prove that he's not like a boring milquetoast white guy by like semi acting like he's a hood rat, which he definitely wasn't. He was born in like to a very wealthy family and had tons of options, which like there are sometimes he makes these comments that I think are interesting. Like I watched him do this interview and he was like talking about his parents to try to teach them the value of money, did give him an allowance. And he was like, yeah, I'm either the brokest rich kid ever or the richest broke guy ever. I don't know. And that's kind of funny. But then he does stuff like this and I'm like, you're just kind of weird and like not interesting. Like I get that White Boy Summer is like this weird phenomenon, but also like I don't know that I want to hold this guy up as like some intelligent, you know, to me he is pretty woke and he is this weird like hero. He just has these moments where I'm like, oh, that was interesting. Nope, back to being weird for me.
Do you think he's woke?
Oh yeah, I definitely think he's woke.
How come? That's interesting.
I think that he like is
My favorite was the Stop Hate shirt that he's wearing
Yeah,
in the
he's
music
wearing
video,
Stop-
which
he's
he
wearing a Stop
sells
Hate
on his
shirt.
store.
I think some of it is like, you know, I'm obviously not here to comment on like who he's attracted to or whatever, but I think he's trying to prove that he is like somehow he like understands black culture in a way that like other rich white boys don't. And to me, that's very performative and kind of cringy. I don't love that.
he wants to be like invited to the cookout.
Yeah,
so they say.
he wants to be like, no, I understand. And it's like, no, you probably don't.
As a Hispanic male, for me, that's every single white American.
What do you mean?
Wanting to be invited to the cookout.
Every single white American, like that's all they do, like pander to like get invited.
But that's
to the
like
cookout.
what woke culture tells them to do. Like you're not supposed to be white, so you have to be like, no, but I really appreciate other people. And like I just feel like he's that, but mostly in reaction to like being born a wealthy, famous guy. You know what I mean?
But that's ironic because a lot of these people had a huge problem with White Boy Summer because it's celebrating himself.
He's an idiot.
The fact
Like,
that he's
there's
a white
no way
boy
he
and
could
he's
pull this off
expressing himself
successfully.
or whatever. Like they hated that and they said that it was racist and it was causing like
Yeah, so he probably shouldn't have tried. You know what I mean? Like he should have just like left
I
it
say
alone.
just try and go with.
I can't believe we have
He's
a white
just
boy
throwing-
summer naysayer.
yeah,
believe
throwing
it.
his ideas out there. He seems
Look,
like
I
he had a
appreciate
weird
his-
upbringing.
Most
and
of the
he's
stuff
kind of a
he was
weird guy.
most of the stuff he was talking about was harmless. He's like,
Yeah.
like he's not saying.
Oh,
any-
yeah. He can say whatever. I don't think like he is doing any harm. I just don't say that like we have to hold it up as like this like what a fun time. Like no, it's weird. Like he's being weird. And if we want to watch someone be weird publicly, like
But do you want to
cool.
join in?
No. I don't want to do anything that Chet Hanks is leading, but that's like a personal thing. I think that he makes weird decisions with his life, but I respect that he is like presenting this like very strong opinion. I can appreciate that he's like really diving into this persona he's built for himself. I just don't think it like signifies authenticity, right?
He says he talks about how his dad made him wash his car so he could get $40 to go out to dinner. They gave him a PT Cruiser hand-me-down as his first vehicle. In his telling, Tom Hanks and Chet's mother, Rita Wilson, tried to manufacture a middle-class existence for him within one of the wealthiest zip codes on the planet. I'm imagining like under the dome, and he's like they just like walled him off and like make it look like a lower end suburb, but they're really in like a really overly rich area. Like it is very
it is a strange kind of sheltering from the real world.
It's like it's there's something to be said about trying to bring a bit of trying to make him humble or bring him a sense of normality.
Yeah. Clearly it didn't work.
I think he's just all over the place. I mean, I've watched him do interviews where he's like, yeah, my parents like caught me smoking weed as a teenager and they like completely freaked out and overreacted and sent me to this like semi boot camp thing where like someone came in, and then like in 2018 he was like, oh yeah, I've been sober for 2 years, I've been addicted to drugs since I was 16. And I feel like he is and we all do it, right?
Which is oddly the most middle class thing you could be.
He is selectively presenting what his experience with his family is. And I get that he might just be working through it, right? But like to be like, yeah, they completely overreacted to me smoking weed, and then to later be like, oh no, I've been seriously addicted to drugs for almost a decade. Like, sir, what was happening? Like, I don't think you know what you experienced.
But can we separate the art from the artist? Can we separate White Boy Summer?
I would say
all about White Boy
I don't
Summer.
care about Chet
Hanks is just, he's peripheral.
If we are to believe that
it's about the idea.
he's an artist.
It's about the idea,
Mary, you're with me in White Boy Summer, right?
Yeah,
okay,
totally.
Perfect. Because I just think it's even more hilarious that it came from this guy who is like such a character, and naturally like such a character like this would stumble upon genius.
A performer like his dad, just in a completely different way.
Which I can respect. Like, he is really building a name and brand for himself. And I get that. Like, I'm all for it. And I love a good, bold decision, right? Like, this was bold. I just don't think that I'm, like, won over to being like, he's really got something going for him. I think he's just maybe a little bit dumb and decided to make some flashy music videos.
That's awesome. I will say that his struggling with substance abuse is probably the thing that connects him the most. Like somebody who grew up extremely wealthy, disconnected from your average everyday person. If there's one thing that could really connect most people of wealth and most people of far less means, it's that drugs are going to hit you the same and struggle. I mean, you might not have the same type of struggle, but the cravings, the urges, the desire to do such things, which can eventually destroy your life, does not know a tax code that will hurt anyone using them regardless. So it's probably the thing that connects him the most to the middle class, which he was, like I said, that he's pushing that his parents weren't able to give him. I did also find this article funny. It says, Tom Hanks' son Chet, I didn't have a strong male role model growing up. Which is
you don't say.
Roasted.
You don't say. So
I can't stand Tom Hanks. So this is what a great day. What a great episode.
See, that's why you like White Boy Summer, because you're like, yes, he just speaks the truth, and I get that.
I hate typecasted people that like think that they're like, and the trillionth Oscar goes to Meryl Streep playing Meryl Streep. Oh my God, incredible! Like Tom Hanks is the male equivalent of that, I think.
The curious
I
case,
totally agree with you.
The curious case of 30-year-old Hanks was mostly in the 2020 rear view last month. This is an older article again, when he returned to social media center stage with a video declaring a White Boy Summer was on the horizon. It was ridiculous on its face, to be sure, and another cringe-inducing lift from black performer. And he's referring to Hot Girl Summer from 2019. But we are getting closer to vaccination and feeling giddy on possibility. So giddy, in fact, that Tom Hanks' rapper son Chet doing a bit about White Boy Summer felt more like recklessness and cultural privilege run amok than anything devastatingly dark. So the dude's trying to bring some levity into the world, and they're just like, the people who just never want to be happy about anything, like Hannah Claire right now.
No, I was gonna say, like, this is like, I think he's interesting, but I think he doesn't know why he's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Like, he went to Northwestern University and studied theater, and their school colors are purple and white. And he had a semi-viral moment where he like made a song, like a parody to the song Black and Yellow called Purple and White about Northwestern. Like, he is big into sort of seeing something that's cool and making his own spin on it. And that's kind of cool in and of itself. I can appreciate that. I just, again, like, to me,
he's a weirdo.
Chet Hanks is not the arbiter of culture. I can appreciate why he's amusing from over here, but like, I'm not going to hold him up as a symbol.
He contributed such a gift that you have to appreciate it.
He definitely did something that was noticeable.
From the artist.
That's true.
No.
The best memes coming out from this period were the ones of Bill Gates and who's the other one who got divorced at that time? Bill Gates got divorced and Bezos got divorced, and it was them. It says rich white, it was like billionaire White Boy Summer. That was my favorites from that period, because it's like like who are like, if the two richest men in the world can't keep their women happy, what hope do you have?
I just like I can appreciate Chet Hanks as a character, especially because like you hold him up next to his dad, who like looks like he could have been an insurance salesman in a different life, and like he's like
looks like he could have been an insurance salesman in this life.
Huge actor.
Yep.
Like his father is like basically American acting in the 90s, as was like inculcated in my mind. So like his father's like huge and iconic and very like milk toast and down the middle.
And I think we all wonder, like, these actors who kind of blow up, like, what are their kids gonna be like, right? Like Will Ferrell has 3 sons, like at least one of them has like an offshoot, like, you know, whatever the like Gen Z equivalent to what Chet Hanks became is.
You get a
he's gonna be him.
Trans-Jamaican shit poster.
I mentioned that Jackie Chan, I believe it was Jackie Chan. It wasn't Jet Li. It was Jackie Chan. Their kids don't get any of the inheritance. They have to make their own money. That was his decision. So
Where does it go?
Hopefully not to a bad charity. I'm assuming
but also, like, I think the Hanks cut off Chet. So, like, did they make? Are they really the ones who brought on White Boy Summer? Because they made him need to earn an income.
Which
like
brings
they did this to us.
Yes. Perfect segue.
Which brings me to this article from Ace Showbiz. It says, a fan set up a GoFundMe page for Tom Hanks' son after a Twitter user shares screenshots of her alleged conversation with the rapper who asked her for $200 to cover his bills. It says,
wow, what an icon. This guy.
No one's saying he's
we're not saying him.
We're saying White Boy Summer is iconic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
White Boy Summer will heal the nation, is all I'm saying.
So are you going to bring White Boy Summer into 2022?
That's my goal.
Okay.
It got hampered last year.
Yep.
And then 2020's summer wasn't so good either.
Chet Hanks is apparently in dire need of some cash as his legal troubles with his ex-girlfriend, the son of Oscar-winning actor Tom Hanks, has allegedly been caught begging for money from a woman via Instagram. Well, then every woman who's ever put their Cash App in their profile is begging too.
Wait, you explain the story, and then I have an equivalent.
The 30-year-old supposed financial crisis is revealed after a Twitter user that goes by @CowgirlOnline posted screenshots of Chet's allegedly direct messages to her. And I love the idea that this lady like faked this conversation. Like
no, it's 100% real.
That Chet Hanks is like so important that she had like a friend with Photoshop. She's like, and put the blue check mark in there so it looks real. So it says in their conversation, the rapper actor asks the girl to send him $200 to cover his bills. When the woman offered him $22 instead of $200, he pleaded again, "Show me some love and I'll call you." The woman apparently shut down his request and she replied, "Your dad is Forrest Gump."
Love you though, King.
Before ending their conversation with a "Love you though, King. If I'm in LA, if you ever want to do push-ups on the beach." This is this feels like a story from 2007. I'm sorry,
incredible.
I love it. It's incredible.
There was this tweet that went viral of this girl being like, "It finally happened. I was at a gas station and this guy looked at me and said like, 'You're so beautiful,' and I looked at him and said, 'If I'm so beautiful, pay for my gas,' and now I have a full tank of gas." Like, there's no way to tell that isn't what's happening here. He's like, "If you really love me, give me some money. I have as much as I want. Like, just pay me."
It says, after the screenshots of the DM went viral, a person who claims to be a friend of @CowgirlOnline launched a GoFundMe page for Chet, whose real name is Chester Marlon Hanks. No wonder. So Chet was the better of the two options. Who the hell names their kid Chester nowadays? Like, who is that after? I guess Chester Bennington was like the last great Chester.
His brother's name is Truman. Like, this is a Rita influence. Yeah.
Truman is incredible.
Truman is a good name.
Truman is incredible. Chet Hanks has informed my friend Lily that he has bills to pay and needs $200, reads a statement on this page. "I am not sure why he needs this money, as his father is a rich celebrity named Tom Hanks that you may know from movies such as Forrest Gump. I'm sincerely hoping we can raise $200."
This is the best
if you
story.
ever feel like, oh man, my parents are like middle class, I can't do a GoFundMe, just remember this story. Put that GoFundMe up, people. I would like.
I wonder
this
if
the best
it worked.
idea for 100? I told you.
I like that they can only name Forrest Gump as a movie Tom Hanks has been in.
Like, come on.
He's been in such movies as Forrest Gump.
That's what people remember him from. That nobody
the
remembers Castaway.
The one in the airport where he gets stuck.
The Sully.
You're a Sully.
Sully, the movie Sully.
I don't know.
There's
That's
a ton of
that's
them.
the one where Bridge of Spies.
I mean, he was like a working actor. He had tons of
He
stuff.
still is.
He's like the Academy.
So I just love this is
He personally gave Will Smith his 10-year ban.
also.
I hate that I had to bring that up because we talked about it all the time.
I want to know what the hell bills you're paying with $200. Like
That's what I mean. That's why I equate it to this like gas station story.
That seems more like
I think
drugs
he's just
to me.
trying to see.
Internet?
I feel like he's
Internet
just trying
and
to see
phone?
if she'll give it to him. That's what I think it is. I think
He was
he's
just
like,
testing the waters.
Yeah.
Internet and phone, I guess.
if
would
I'm
maybe
so pretty, buy me a drink, says Chet Hanks.
that's so he's pulling his
He's
very
tapped
own.
into his feminine energy.
Yes,
That's what it is.
He's pulling his very own.
Can he do any wrong? Honestly,
Not in my eyes.
As we have the conversation, Dane becomes a bigger and bigger fan of Chet Hanks.
Wait, Dave, can you please pitch White Boy Summer for 2022 for us? Can it happen? Is it possible?
Love to.
Okay.
Love to.
Let's
Thank
hear
you
it.
for the opportunity.
Go for it.
They're like, we're investing.
Men, women, children, lend me your ears. We've had absolutely terrible 2 years. And it's not just me. It's like the entire human consciousness.
Did you before you go? Did you see the there was a
He's
Tim
He's interrupting his shark pitch.
a Tim Dillon video where he talks about he's like, give me this. He's like, let me just he's like, drop the sanctions, and he goes on as to why we should do that because we deserve a good summer. That's what he talks about. And
Dude, that's like
Look, that's not the worst argument.
that's essentially my pitch. We've just had 2 years of I don't want to get into it because we all know what Daddy's talking about, okay?
yep.
Let's just have a freaking summer where we have fun.
Is that so much to ask?
Is it like for real?
It's not.
Like, can the culture be in some way positive? Can it be like, yeah,
think that's-
he's kind of dumb,
Is that
but it was
really-
funny.
Is that really your issue? It's like it's not what he said. It's like it's that nobody can be funny or have or anything can be positive anymore.
I just want another big thing we can all share that's fun.
yeah.
Like, and that doesn't get ruined in the end, like Game of Thrones. Like, I loved Mondays, like, regardless of where you were, who you were talking to, you were getting some coffee, you were at work, you could talk about, oh, Game of Thrones, they killed this guy.
I feel like that was Tiger King at the beginning of COVID.
Tiger
Oh,
King.
yeah.
Like, let us all talk about this.
You
Right.
had to share something.
Yeah.
I love those things in culture
That bring people
us-
together.
Yeah, I
Love 'em.
totally agree with you.
And I think this one is a smash because it's hanging out. It's like getting out because and he
Also, you don't have to be white to enjoy White Boy Summer.
no, and it excludes all the white boys that people don't like as well. Because it's like, if you're like this, like salmon wearing,
But
whatever.
he said no.
Very topsiders,
And you said
calling
no-
women smoke shows.
Right, everyone has that guy in mind. It's like, yeah, not that guy, right?
No Ralph Lauren. He said no.
Yeah,
no Ralph Lauren.
Lauren.
It's just fun. Let's just have fun.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's my pitch for White Boy Summer.
It's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
I think every time you come on, you should do a countdown to White Boy Summer. Like,
Okay.
when does White Boy
Yeah.
Summer start?
Well, it's
This
snowing
summer.
outside right now, but it'll be soon
Right.
enough. Before you
Snowing.
know it, you blink and it's White Boy
but
Summer.
throw out your Sperry Topsiders. White Boy Summer 2022
Burn
is
the
coming.
I-
Burn the Sperry's.
I think he said that you should get some Vans. He said I'm not a. He says I'm not a sneakerhead, but get some Vans,
Okay.
and you're good. So just do that. You
And
don't.
he rarely wears a shirt, so maybe it's
You don't even.
shirtless.
So it's cheaper. It's,
Several
Style, yeah.
tattoos. Do some weird push-ups in public places.
It's
Yeah.
even
White
cheaper.
Boy Summer.
It's even
Can
cheaper.
we
You don't even
hear
need a
his
shirt.
song?
We can't listen to it on the air. Copyright.
Damn.
I tried, guys.
Maybe we could do a bonus
I
segment.
do
where
everything
we-
for you.
I want Dane to do a cover of White Boy Summer.
No.
Yes.
No.
If you do a cover of it, then I'll consider being on board with this. Otherwise, I'm just gonna smile and be happy for you because you seem like you're having a good
Hannah
time.
Claire, you're gonna want to come when you see us having so much fun. There's gonna be mimosas. There's gonna be like bright
It's gonna
colors.
be mimosa.
Who doesn't like mimosas?
That's
It's a
like
fresh and
that's
alcoholic
like
drink.
that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
ugh.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be warmth in this godforsaken cold area of the world.
Mimosas tell me brunch, which tells me upper middle class
French
summer.
No, French
But we
toast.
threw out our salmon-colored shirts, so we're okay, says Chet Hanks. Like, do you see exactly what I'm getting at? Like, he is pretending to hate a culture that he's obviously still a part of. Over to you.
We can do this. Hannah Claire is dragging the negative energy of 2020 and 2021.
Yep.
Hannah, Claire, sorry. Let it go. Come have fun. It does like Chet Hanks and Afterthought. I now declare myself, Dane Font, as the patron saint of White Boy Summer.
I'm actually kind of on board with that. If you're the patron saint.
Really alleviating all of you of associating yourself with Chet Hanks
The thing
and
is,
with me.
I think the thing that you're saying now is like, he just picked a really good phrase. Like, you're now divorcing everything else he does from this. Like, I agree. It's a great phrase.
It's funny and it triggers all the people I hate. And nothing.
And I do like that.
Nothing brings people together more than a collective hate towards something.
Oh yeah.
And we hate these
Yeah,
funny
definitely.
dotties who are gonna make this about you know what.
Yep.
And we're like, hey, we're just gonna have mimosas, hang out with the boys
Yep.
and the girls.
Yep.
Dane, I was
Is that
already
sort of-
sold, but
I know.
I can't wait.
That's why I'm the marketing guy here, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No, I'm not kidding. Can Pop Culture Crisis please sell White Boy Summer 2022 t-shirts? And one of those like paintings where it's like of a saint, but it's actually Dane.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We
I
need
mean-
to get Jessica on this. We need to
Jessica.
get Jessica on this.
Yes.
It's right in the camera.
You're getting a Slack in like half an hour. Absolutely.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.